Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Saturday morning. We need to keep Hawaii in our prayers, especially Maui and this area, this Lahaina. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but that place, Lahaina, is pretty much gone. At least the part that's near this harbor along the ocean front, it looks like a war zone. I mean, you've been following any news, you know about the wildfires there, and it really hit this area really hard. And from the pictures, the videos that are coming out all over the place, it looks like a nuke was dropped on that place. And there are suspicious circumstances, in my opinion. I still have not heard a good cause of this. I'll go into more into that in a minute. And I've got some feedback from some people that live there. I'll go over that. I also have a very good passage that I will share towards the end of this video. Please stay tuned for that. I believe it's a passage that somebody here needs to hear. Somebody watching will be blessed to hear this. And if you like, this is a reminder, if you like this video, hit the like button. That helps us out. And if you have not yet done so, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you get notifications of when I release new videos. Been real busy here. I hadn't been able to do a longer video like this in a couple of days. Work's been busy. We've been busy trying to catch up on some yard work we've had a lot of rain here. I mean, good to have rain. Definitely, we always need that, but it's been delaying some landscape work that we like to do out here. I got out there last night and did some, but I got to get out there. We're going to get out after this, here shortly after the video, and do some work out there as well. Back to Hawaii, though, that place, you have SHTF in this, particularly in this area, Lahaina. Um, it does look like a war zone there from footage that I am seeing. Looks like the death toll is currently at about 80 plus. It's expected to rise sharply from that. You have a near riot situation that broke out there in that part of Maui. Uh, I guess earlier today or yesterday, about 100 people, it was said that about 100 people clashed with cops that reopened the only road into the city, but then closed it again later in the day. Now, from the footage, it looks like, especially along that harbor there, where it is just toast. I mean, everything is charcoal, but scores of vehicles, cars were just abandoned in the middle of the road. So obviously, these people had little to no warning. Especially along there where these cars are abandoned. I mean, that just tells you they had no warning, and they had to just abandon their vehicles or get trapped in there and died right there. The ones that got out, it said that a lot of them jumped into the water right there at the coast, so they jumped into the ocean. We saw some footage. Mrs. Dawg and I were watching some video last night from some of the news sources out there, and people jumping in the ocean. That was their only escape from this thing. I mean, you're on an island, and they were cornered. They had their backs to the ocean. They jumped in the water, and some drowned, and maybe many more than is known right now. But they had some footage of some people in the water out there for hours, and later on they were interviewing some of them, and these poor people. I mean, they they were describing their ordeal, and they're in the water, and the flames and the embers are just flying over their heads, and a lot of them that they were interviewing, their faces and their nose and all had burn marks on them. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, those were the survivors. Now I'm getting information from people there that live close by there, and what they're telling me is much different from what you're hearing on the news or in any news source right now. At least fatalities are expected to be much higher than what they're saying right now. Probably more than 500, probably around 1,000, possibly more. There's at least 1,300 people missing right now. They had little to no warning. Many were caught in their homes, and the hurricane, the winds from a nearby hurricane just fanned these flames to where it spread even quicker. And so a lot of people were caught in their homes and couldn't get out. Their house was surrounded, and many died right there. The ones that escaped had to just run out with the clothes on their back and run to try to get away from that stuff. There's some video of that too running around. I mean, it is amazing. I mean, it is so awful. Lack of warning is the big thing. Lack of response from fire, rescue. Local government is worried that when people realize really how little the response was, and that the loss of life could have been minimized, they're worried that people are going to definitely riot, and that could happen. I think it's a very tenuous situation there right now. Definitely in SHTF, even on the west side of this area. That didn't get directly burned up real bad. Their power has been out for a while too. The emergency sirens were not activated, is what I'm hearing. I mean, it's just a terrible situation. It's a tragedy any way you slice it, no matter what the cause was, no matter, it's terrible. But it sounds like loss of life could have been definitely reduced in this. Now, cause. I've been scouring, man. I can't find any source that gives a cause that makes sense to me. Now they're talking about the winds, but the winds help, from the hurricane help speed that fire up, of course. But what started it? What ignited it? I heard somewhere that some media and the government is talking about climate change. I don't know. Climate change didn't, as somebody commented in one of the videos yesterday, climate change didn't pull out a lighter, and actually physically light a bush, that's just BS. It's BS. So what really caused it? There's a lot of speculation out there. It's very suspicious. I'm not going to go on here and say exactly that I know exactly what caused it. I don't. Oh, we really don't. Now, one of the first things I thought about when I heard about this situation is, remember months ago, I forget how long ago, it wasn't real long ago, but when that story came out, and there was video of it and pictures of, and I think there were satellites with these green lasers being pointed down to Hawaii. I don't know if it was in this particular area or not, but it was over the Hawaiian Islands. I guess from a satellite. It was those green lasers. If y'all remember that? That's what I thought about first. Now, there's a lot of talk about DEW. Could be. I mean, we don't really have proof, but I haven't heard a cause that makes sense. We want to blame it on a hurricane. Yeah, that fanned the flames. What started the flames, though? What started that? Wildfires are not super uncommon for this area. However, nothing on this scale. And another thing I've noticed in some of the video and some of the pictures out there is that homes, buildings are either just gone. It's like an F5 tornado hit the whole thing, or just charred. And you have trees, a lot of trees that are just still sitting there. Now, I'm not a fire expert, on that, but it just looks and feels suspicious to me. And if it was something nefarious, like targeted, something like that, what devastation that can rain down. And who's next? Well, if this can be done from above, It can be done anywhere then, right? Pretty much. So that makes me wonder, what fire safety, we need to think of it. And fire is one of those things that would definitely cause you to bug out. I mean, everybody, a lot of people, and me included, I mean, our plan is to bug in any SHTF situation and hunker down like a dog, DAWG, like the dogs. But, there are circumstances to where you would be forced to leave. Fire is definitely one of them. The destruction of your dwelling place. So, what about fire safety? Do you have fire extinguishers? Do you have them in a place where you know where they are right now? Can you access them quickly? Do you know how to use them? I hear people say, I got fire extinguishers all over the place. Do you know how to use them? Quickly. Because in a panic situation or an emergency like that, it's easy to panic and just get flustered and throw it down and run or get trapped or something like that. So, practice this, have a plan, know where they are. Do you have access to water, too, as well, not just the fire extinguishers? Have a plan to be able to escape, uh, go bags, a bug out bag or something, kind of ready. I think that would be advisable in this day and time, really anytime. So, and there's a lot of chatter about there being a declaration of climate emergency. This tragedy will be used politically, I'm sure, which is a dang shame, but it will be used. And, if they declare something like this, I've heard the UN could do it. I've heard the president can do it. The UN can do what they want to. They can kick rocks. I don't answer to the UN for sure. You have no authority here. Now, even if the government does it, I think it'd be largely ignored. From what I'm hearing, I mean, they would try to restrict your movement, your driving, your use of energy in general, so heard lots of things about how that might go about, but we really don't know. We'll see. I've heard that could be declared as early as next week. We'll keep an eye on these things, of course. All right, I'm going to get to the passage. It is from John, the book of John, chapter 1, verse 5 says, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." I'm going to say it one more time. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. We know who the light is, don't we? It's Jesus. Jesus is the light of the world, and there is no amount of darkness that will extinguish him and his light. So keep that in mind. We cling to Jesus, and because he is the light. And, and think about how that light can shine through you and be the example. And that can minister to somebody else. You'd be surprised. All right. Doesn't take much sometimes. So keep that in mind. Hope that helps. Share your thoughts on this. And if you live in Hawaii and you're getting information and just what you see, what you observe, feel free to let us know in the comments, or you feel free to email me as well. Appreciate it. Let's stay safe out there. God bless you. See you soon.